Latest on what is now Major Hurricane Florence. We expect it to be a Category 3 at the next update from the National Hurricane Center in 2 hours, with winds of 115 miles per hour and a pressure around 962. It's at 25 degrees north, 59.6 degrees west, and this storm is intensifying rapidly and has been doing all night. It's a stage 4 on the CDPS scale now, extensive damage likely, and that number will probably rise throughout the next few days as well. 591 miles from Bermuda, 1184 from Cape Hatteras, and 1271 from Wilmington. The storm is starting to speed up ever so slightly, but it's still going to take quite a while for Florence to actually get there, those miles still slowly ticking down. There is the storm right now, no warnings in effect. As you can see, it's nowhere near any land areas, but in about a day or two I expect the National Hurricane Center will issue hurricane watches for parts of the US coast. This is what we expect over the next few days. You can see Florence moving there still rather slowly into Tuesday, but we expect it to accelerate, and off it goes now into Wednesday and turning towards the northwest. This is just the GFS model. There are many different models, as we've discussed on our live coverage in the last few days. There are so many different scenarios in play, and in this instance the GFS has the storm stalling towards the end of the week along the outer banks of North Carolina before dipping back towards the south again, I think, or moving inland actually now it says, and still expanding the whole time by the looks of things. Sea surface temperatures remain fairly warm, 28 or even 29 degrees Celsius, pretty much all the way up until land. And that's what we're really worried about. The Gulf Stream is just before the land areas too, and the storm could get some more energy out of that before it arrives. The National Hurricane Center last night thought the storm would get to 150 miles per hour. I haven't had time to see the forecast at the moment, but it's probably very similar to that. And you can see here another look from the GFS model takes the storm straight to the Outer Banks region, the Morehead City area as a matter of fact. That is just one scenario. Other models may say differently. We'll show you some other models shortly. But you can see it there moving inland slowly but surely, stalling towards the end of the week. These are the percentage chances of tropical storm force winds right now. 91% at Wilmington, 82% at Myrtle Beach and at Cape Hatteras, and 51% in Charleston. Washington DC also up to 28% now. So let's take a look at what the other models are offering right now. You can actually see that they've scaled it down a little bit on the intensity forecast, and you can see there no models expecting Category 5 anymore out of that lot. Most of them talking about low to mid Category 4. It probably wouldn't make much difference. This is the wind shear expected to rise later on, which could help it, especially if the storm slows down. The sea surface temperatures remain good, and you can see the forecast models there. A little bit of a split, but it looks like North Carolina is going to get it, but other states adjoining could have serious issues as well, not only with winds but with significant rainfall too. So this is how Florence has been looking this morning, just first light over the storm. This is the water vapor imagery on how it's been looking, and you can quite clearly see it's pronounced I. The eye temperature at the moment is varying from around 6 Celsius above freezing to about 14 or 15, which it did briefly earlier on. If the eye completely opens out later on today, it's a very small one by the way, but the main message is a potential major hurricane impact on the East Coast is still in the offing, and you need to prepare. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com with the latest. You can also find our YouTube page. You're probably there already, but if not, subscribe if you haven't so far. You can also find our Facebook page, Force 13 all in text, and it's at Force 13 on Twitter if you'd like to get in touch with us on there. You can also help the project become even better by enjoying the benefits of patronage. You can find out more information about how to become a patron and what those benefits are at patreon.com/Force13. We are also continuing into our third day of coverage on Force 13's live feed. You can find it at youtube.com/Force13/live.